The next time someone whines that baseball doesn't have enough action, you can do two things. First, explain the planning, strategizing, calculating, and deception that takes place before every pitch. Then quote Hall of Famer announcer Red Barber: "Baseball is dull only to dull minds." From Zach Hampel. And welcome to Simulation Gaming Digital Realities, OOTP Perfect Team Draft 23. If you are a YouTube creator and love OOTP, reach out to me. I'm looking for someone to collaborate with on a series. I've got some really good ideas I think you'll enjoy. Find me on the About section of my page. Talk to you soon. Welcome again, baseball fans and OOTP fans out in the YouTube community. This is the Perfect Draft series where I will draft a team in one of the tournaments and we will see how we do, whether we win points, cards, packs, whatever it might be. This is the Simulation Gaming channel. New channel. I have a few other series going on with Perfect Team and also with an app known as LiQWYD, which is all about digital collecting. Feel free, check those out. And if you like the content, I would appreciate any support, including just a little like and subscription, ringing the bell, all the stuff that helps the YouTube algorithms promote the channel. All right, so let's pick up where we left off. The last episode, number 4, we were drafting, and I figured, yeah, it's going to be close. I think we'll win or lose Game 7 of the second round. And look at that. I was fairly close. But we didn't just lose Game 6. We got demolished by the Sioux Fall Pheasants. Now, let me get this straight. A pheasant beats a gladiator? What kind of alternate reality are we in? Well, we're in the digital realities. That was a humiliating loss. We did pump out 12 hits and 6 runs, but definitely not good enough. If we look at the stats, Chris Carpenter once again for the second tournament in a row was our best starting pitcher. The other guys, not that great. And the bullpen, Brent Suter. I am not going to be using your card in any kind of tournament in the future. That's not an ERA. That's like a basketball point scoring spree by the Lakers in the fourth quarter. And Aaron Slegers, 4-digit ERA? Come on. 86? I think OOTP, we need to reevaluate the rating on this guy. That's horrible. So yes, our bullpen, a little bit below average, taking out these two high ERA guys. Pitching wasn't that great. Hitting obviously was good enough to get us by the first round. We had Marty McManus, 382. We had Pete Rose at 321. Who else did we have perform well? Kiki Cooler at 302. So we did get a little bit of performance out of our hitters, but our pitching definitely cost us. We didn't make it past the second round. And congratulations to the winning team, the Sioux Fall Pheasants, who beat the Gladiators and went on to beat the Empire in the finals. All right, in terms of best performances, always like to look at that. Maybe some cards you want to look for to put on your team in the future. Bob Elliott led the tournament with 13 home runs. He also was the WAR leader with 1.9 WAR. And our RBI leader, smoking everyone else in the field with 40 RBIs, was the 81 Gil Hodges, who was the finals MVP. Great job there, Gil. Our pitching leaders, Mr. Kurt Schilling, who I've seen a few times on the leaderboard in different tournaments. That might be a good card to get for your regular team. Seems to be performing well. Not only did he have the most wins with 5, but also the highest WAR. And our saves leader, 87, Jim Brewer. So my gold reliever didn't do too well. Jim Brewer, you did awesome. Look at that ERA. An ERA of, where is it here, 0.69. My reliever, an ERA of 10.57. Both of them are fairly high gold players. That's just the perfect draft algorithms working there. All right, guys, so that was the last tournament. Give me a few seconds. I'll set up the new tournament, and we'll see how we do in this one. 2-team tournament with first place getting 1,000 perfect points. This is our 5th tournament of the series. Our best finish was 3rd, so we did receive 300 perfect points in one of the tournaments. Let's get on to this draft. Again, 1 card from each round until we get to bronze, and then 2 cards for each round until the final round, where we choose 5 iron cards to round off our lineup. All right, let us take a peek. Again, we got Charles Johnson, great catcher. Gary Sheffield, Frank Thomas, Smokey Joe Wood, live Mike Trout, and shortstop Phil Rizzuto. I always believe your center fielder and your shortstop must be elite defenders. So I am going to take Phil Rizzuto as my shortstop. Now we got Darrell Evans, Jason Varitek, Roger Maris, and then a couple relievers in Roy Face and Mariano Rivera, and an Omar. Already have a shortstop. I never usually take relievers this early, so it's going to be basically between Jason and Roger. How can you not go with Roger Maris? Home run extraordinaire, Roger Maris. Next we have Larry Doby, Kahili Watson, Dave Concepcion, Frank Tanana, Elston Howard, and Buck Leonard. I've always been a fan of Buck Leonard in previous versions. He is a 98, lots of power, lots of contact, first base, decent. I'm going to go with him. On to our gold rounds. Need to start looking for starting pitching and catching. Benito, Preacher Rowe. Not sure if I ever came across this card ever before in any series. That's all I have for starters. And center field, Bobby Tolan. And then 2 future legends, left fielder, Matos and Rocchio. I'm going to take Rocchio, second baseman. He can also play other positions. Really good fielder. I like my utility guys. And I'm going to go with... Tough call, tough call. I know live players have been performing well in this version of the game, so let's take a reliever. Actually, let's go with a little above average catcher, Benito. Next, look at these 3 future legends. Not quite good enough for center field. And I already have a second baseman, but he can play first base really well, which means Buck could go to DH. I'm going to take Bryson Stott. And look at this guy. Left field is 102. We do need a left fielder. So again, if you're new to the drafts, what OOTP allows you to do is to, on the fly, change the positions of these players. So I've got 2 second basemen. I'm going to move Stott to, I believe it was left field. Let me mouse over here again. No, first base. He's going to go to first base. Buck Leonard is going to be my DH. All right, now I got a little better look at my lineup here. So I need a third baseman, and I better get some starting pitching. Although last tournament, that didn't really make a difference. All right, center fielder, got one already. All right, I'm going to go with Pop Williams. He's got a really high movement. And I'm going to go with Colton Cowser, just because he can play lots of positions. And right now, Colton Cowser is in left field, and yeah, that's his best position. He can stay there. Pat Malone, Seth Johnson, Doc Newton, Webster McDonald, and then a few relievers. All right, John Doherty, I like you, and I believe it was Doc Newton, pretty standard across the board. I like me some ground ball pitchers. He is not one. Let's see if Pat Malone is one. No, I do not like fly ball pitchers. Too many home runs. And how about Webster? What are you? You are fly ball as well. Seth, you a ground baller? Nope. So we are going to stick with Doc and John. All right, next silver round. We are filling out our lineup nice. We need a third baseman, more pitching, and a backup catcher. All right, Mike, you're my backup catcher. Let's grab you quick in case I miss out on a catcher later on. I like Kevin as a backup fielder. And let's see if we can grab our third baseman. If you're a ground baller, Connie, I'm taking you. Nope, fly ball. Rod, how about you? You a ground baller? No. So then we're going to take a third baseman. We are going to take Mr. Hendrick. So now we have one player for every position. So we've got a really good starting lineup. Couple decent starting pitchers. Good reliever. Now it's just a matter of filling in the gaps. I like me some future legends. Last silver round, so we want to make it count. And I'm going to take a starter. Ground ball or extreme ground ball? No. Harry? No. It's up to you, George. All neutral. So since they're all neutral, I'm going to go with the guy with the highest movement. 83, 90, and 78. I always prefer movement in my pitchers. There we go. On to the bronze round. A lot of times in the past version, in last year's version, the build a legend or a build a lineup player, they kind of outperformed their rating a lot of times. So these are good guys to have on your bench. Mind you, we need some positional players still. grabbed a second catcher. I must have missed out there. Well, we better grab one now. Quincy. And I'm going to go Willie McCovey. How can you not go with legend Willie McCovey? All right, I need some relievers. Absolutely. Let's look for some ground ball relievers. Neutral. Fly ball. So I always like extreme ground ball, then ground ball, then neutral when I select my pitchers. Fly ball, you better have a really good outfield. Very good defensive outfield if you have fly ball pitchers. All right, we are going to go with Andy Bennis. Yeah, you're going to be my fourth starter. And are you a ground baller I can put in the pen? No, you are not. So basically, best guy available or good utility guy. Look at all these pictures here. Wow. I'm not sure I've ever seen a page with so many pictures. Okay, let's eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Who would you guys take? Am I missing anyone obvious? Leave a comment. I always like to read your comments. See if I messed up anywhere. Yeah, we definitely have to start filling in our pitchers. We only have 6 of them and 2 rounds to go. So I am going to take 2 pitchers regardless here. But I want ground ballers. Neutral. There we go. Extreme ground ball. Mike Cather, you're in. No, so let's go with a utility guy, someone that can play lots of positions, Mr. Ted Strong. You get to be on the Gladiators. Last round, 5 iron players. This is where we fill in all our missing pieces. I want 1 more mid-infielder. And then 4 pitchers. Yeah, so don't even need to look at them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because I always like in tournaments to have 11 pitchers. If I have 10, it's a little bit iffy, and I think 12 is too many. So 4 pitchers. Now I need my middle infielder, Heine Sand or Dick Green. Do I have anyone that can play shortstop if need be? Just 1 guy. So I better take the shortstop. All right, there we go. The team is drafted. I feel averagely confident in this team here. Pitching rotation, I always go 4-man with the number 5th guy as a long relief emergency starter. Stamina over 16, so I change that to a stopper. Can pitch 2 innings with that stamina. I don't like to have any setup guys. They all can play middle relief. And because Cather is under 16 stamina, he can go as a closer. My worst pitchers are avoiding high leverage. I don't want them in a crucial situation. So we're good there. Hitting wise, Here's what the CPU has automatically set up. Take a good look, because I'm going to set it up my way, and I'll be back to show you the changes I made. All right, the only change I am going to make is putting in Willie McCovey against righties, because he is a little better than Mr. Stott. And that's it. The rest I'm going to leave just like OOTP had. Decent lineup. All right, let's see if we need to change any strategy. We have some really good stealing ability. Speed's not that high, but we can steal some bases. So let's boost up our stealing. How about our bunting? Pretty decent. Our contact, pretty average. So let's go and boost up our bunting a bit, our contact a bit. And then for pitching, let's check out our defense. I like our defense. Our defense is pretty strong. So because our defense is pretty good, I'm going to allow our infielders to shift and our outfielders as well. Good. Now our pitchers, let's take a look at their ability. Hold, not bad. And control. You can boost it up a little bit. So holding runners and pitching around will boost up a little bit. Want a quick on our starting pitching. Pitching really suffers in this version of the game so far. Might be something kind of a bug they have to fix, but pitchers are getting lit up. So we're gonna tone them down just a little bit. Matchups, yes, we want to prefer that. Not so much with the hitters. Of course, there's no pinch hitting. And pinch runners if we can. We don't have any openers in the lineup, so we can turn that right off. And I think we are good to go. The Rocky Mountain Gladiators are set to take on Perfect Draft ID 120. That'll do it for another episode. Thank you so much for staying through the whole episode. Let's see how we do. I'm gonna guess we're gonna make it to at least the third round. I think we have a team that can make it to the third round. Have a wonderful rest of your day. It's a great day for baseball. We'll see you in the next episode.